Pull up a chair. This is the Pattaya Red Pill Report. And today, we're diving into one of the most destructive lies modern women believe. The delusion that they deserve a man leagues above them, just for showing up. This isn't just a Western disease anymore. That fantasy got exported. And now, you can see it playing out in the clubs, beer bars, and even massage shops of Pattaya. You think it's just some spoiled LA influencer chasing a six-figure fairy tale? Nah. It's the soy girl with 3 selfies, 1,000 followers, and 0 self-awareness, asking for long-time money when she brings short-time effort. If that. This isn't about bashing women. It's about clearing the fog, because if you don't recognize the delusion, you'll fall right into it. So hit that like button, subscribe if you've ever dodged a walking red flag with lip filler, and let's crack open the cold reality of why women today, yes, even in Pattaya, are pricing themselves out of the sexual marketplace. Who's more delusional, men or women? Let's start with the obvious. Yes, some men are delusional. That 72-year-old who thinks the 23-year-old stunner on his arm is there for his personality, that's a fantasy. But you know what? That kind of guy is rare. He paid to play, he knows it, he just pretends not to. Now, compare that to the millions of average women. Women with 0 standout qualities. Walking around convinced they deserve a man who's rich, ripped, loyal, emotionally fluent, funny, spiritual, and hung like a Thai elephant. Not one of those things. All of them. That's not delusion. That's a fucking mental illness sold to them by pop culture, social media, and a chorus of simps too scared to tell the truth. And it's bleeding into Thailand. You'll see it in Pattaya. 6s acting like 9s, freelancers giving attitude like they're high-end courtesans. Girls with 0 game, setting high standards they can't even meet themselves. Delusion in men is usually situational. Delusion in women today, it's systemic. How culture created this fantasy. This isn't random. Women didn't just wake up one day thinking they deserved the moon. They were taught to believe it. Hollywood, Netflix, Wattpad, TikTok, thirst traps. It's all the same script. Average girl, extraordinary man. He's rich, powerful, emotionally wounded, but somehow laser focused on her. And not just for a night. For life, Twilight. 50 Shades, every soft-core fantasy dressed up as romance. The setup? She's plain, awkward, unsure of herself, so the audience can project. The payoff? Some billionaire alpha simp hands her his balls on a velvet cushion. And now, every 5 with a pulse thinks she's the main character. Add in Instagram filters, OnlyFans empowerment, and the endless parade of weak men validating everything they do. And you've created a factory for entitled, delusional thinking. It's not about reality anymore. It's about vibes, validation, and pretending effort is beneath them. And once that mindset takes hold, good luck resetting expectations. Even here in Pattaya, you're seeing the ripple effect. Girls who used to be grateful to connect with decent men, now chasing some imaginary prince with a 6-pack, 6 figures, and 6 inches, and rejecting everyone else like they've got options. Spoiler, they don't. But they'll keep believing because that fantasy feels better than reality. And here's the kicker. The longer they chase that fantasy, the older they get, the harder they filter their photos, and the more bitter they become when Prince Charming keeps ghosting their DMs. They'll say, there's just no good men left. No, sweetheart, there's no delusional men left willing to sign up for your terms. And in Pattaya, that delusion doesn't die. It just puts on eyeliner, hikes up a mini skirt, and waits at I-bar hoping someone dumb enough walks in. How this delusion plays out in Pattaya. You'd think Pattaya would be immune to this kind of Western delusion. It's not. It just wears flip-flops and asks you if you want company. I've seen it firsthand. Girls with 0 charm, mid-looks, and a TikTok account thinking they're the prize, charging 4,000 baht like they're top shelf when they bring bottom rack attitude. And it's not just freelancers. Even bar girls now have standards they can't meet. One tells you she wants a nice man with a condo and no wife, while her breath smells like Leo and regret. They'll turn down decent guys because he's too old, too short, or too cheap. Meanwhile, she's 31 with 2 kids and still thinks she's got a bidding war on her hands. The worst part? Some of these dudes fall for it. They overpay, they overcommit, they pedestalize women who haven't earned shit, and all it does is feed the beast. Now, the next guy gets hit with that inflated ego and imaginary value. Delusion spreads. That's the game in Pattaya now. where even average girls are convinced they deserve elite treatment without bringing elite effort. The personal example. Let me paint you a scene that sums up modern female delusion in one text message. I took this chick out, not bar girl, not high end, just a normal Pattaya girl trying to act classy. In reality, a soft 5 with bad eyebrows and a busted laugh that sounded like a dying gecko. We had a drink. Conversation was fine. Surface level, nothing deep. She barely knew where Chiang Mai was, but whatever. I was bored. Next day, she texts me a faking scorecard like I'm on trial. I shit you not. 6 for intelligence, 3 for looks, and a 0 for emotional connection. A 0. Like, I'm a sociopath for not pretending to care about her dog dying 4 years ago. I looked at that message and thought, bitch, you look like someone microwaved a Bratz doll and then dropped it in the sand. You wore a fake Gucci belt, talked like a 12-year-old, and your entire personality was, I like expensive coffee. But somehow, I'm the one that's mid? Then she says she's saving herself for an 8 in all categories. And Saki's emotionally mature, ripped, rich, woke, but masculine. The whole fucking package. Sweetheart, that man doesn't want you. That man's dating 22-year-olds with collagen lips and nothing to prove. You're heading straight for a lonely condo and a TikTok page full of inspirational quotes no one reads. And guess what? When that fantasy crashes, it won't be soft. It'll be vodka at noon, crying into a line message that never gets open. That's not me. That's the trajectory. Because when a 5 starts grading, men like she's the fucking dean of admissions, the only diploma she earns is future cat lady with strong opinions. Here's what every man needs to burn into his skull. Relationships only work when value meets value. Not delusion, not entitlement, not TikTok ego inflation. You don't get to trade a used Honda and expect a brand new Lamborghini in return. But that's exactly what average women are trying to do. Offer mid-tier looks, 0 femininity, no humility, and demand the world back. And in the real sexual marketplace, that's not just unrealistic, it's disqualifying. High-value men aren't stupid. They're not handing over loyalty, money, and status for attitude, expectations, and a body count higher than her IQ. It's assortative mating like attracts like. 8s end up with 8s, 5s end up with 5s, and delusional 5s end up alone, blaming men while polishing their vibrator collection. If the gap between what she offers and what she wants is too wide, no deal is made. Simple economics. But tell that to a girl who thinks she's the prize because a few drunk tourists hit on her. Reality doesn't care about your feelings, and neither do men who've unplugged. And here in Pattaya, you'll see the whole charade up close. Girls still chasing fantasy, while high-value men just cycle through them like bad Wi-Fi. Cold reality check. The truth is simple. Delusional women aren't just ruining their own chances, they're poisoning the whole pool. Every time one of them overvalues herself, demands more than she offers, and gets it from some desperate simp. The standard shifts. The next girl thinks she deserves it too. And just like that, even the mid-tier girls in Pattaya start walking around like they're influencer royalty. But here's the punchline. The longer they believe the fantasy, the fewer real options they'll ever have because time isn't kind. And the wall's undefeated. That's why you're seeing more angry, single, bitter women on both sides of the world. Not because there aren't good men left, but because they priced themselves out. They wanted the moon, but they forgot that men with the moon. Don't give it away to women who bring nothing but attitude, filters, and a list of demands. If you've ever had a woman try to grade you while offering Walmart value in a Chanel box, drop a comment. And if you're tired of the delusion, share this video, because some guy out there is still chasing a 5 with a dream and a debt, and he needs to hear this before she drains his wallet and his will to live. Support the channel by checking the links below. Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal. It all helps keep this truth flowing. Join the mission and stop being the man that gets played. I'm Josh, and this was your Pattaya Red Pill Report. If the truth hurts, good, that means you're still alive. See you next round.